Women's boxing is often overlooked despite the undeniable skill and dedication shown by female boxers. Over the years, we've seen several great female boxers who have delighted boxing fans with their impressive skills and performance in the ring. Therefore, in today's video, we've compiled some of the scariest and jaw-dropping knockout moments in the history of women's boxing. In July 2020, unbeaten Scariest Estrada defended her WBC Silver Female Light Flyweight title against Miranda Adkins. The 42-year-old Miranda, who was brought in as a late replacement, was not expected to give the challenger any serious trouble. However, no one expected that the fight would be over in just 7 seconds, as Scariest scored the fastest knockout in women's boxing history.
Estrada should end this quickly. Adkins reluctant to come out of her corner. 8 left of 1, 2, 3, 4. It was Lamb versus Lion. It is over. One of the quickest knockouts in women's boxing history. You witnessed it live here on DAZN.
Let the doctors here.
Go kneel down over there. Go to the middle of the ring and kneel.
Take relax.
In the ring.
Right here.
In her second professional bout, British Dee Allen faced Portuguese Matilda Contreras. Allen claimed her second professional victory after stopping Contreras with a brutal knockout in the final seconds of round 4. In November 1996, Christy Martin took on Bethany Payne in a 6-round contest.
It's a women's boxer, Kenny Bayless, the referee. And here we go, the way that we're talking.
The inevitable happened in round 1 as Martin demolished the inexperienced Payne.
Combination at the bell. And Payne is staggered. Kenny Bayless waves it off. It's over.
That's what you call out on your feet, Steve. Out on your feet.
Ireland's 2012 Olympic gold medal winner Katie Taylor faced Monica Gentile in her third professional bout in 2017.
Professional, at least, in Monica Gentile from Italy, who's won 6 of 12.
The tough Gentile tried to hold her own against Taylor, but the Olympic medalist was simply too much for her to handle.
To be the forefront of it, and
there the body shots again.
she looks a little bit more polished. Might be a plan to just back Taylor up and try and get success like this, but Taylor just working combinations really well, picking these shots.
Very stubborn, Gentile, but a good body shot.
Taylor ended the scheduled 6-round bout in round 5 with a barrage of punches that saw the Italian crash to the canvas.
Tough third opponent.
Oh, good shot from Katie Taylor. Gentile hurt there, leaning forward, some crisp, accurate shots.
Beautiful shot there with the left hand. It was the combination at the end. And Gentile goes down, and this is one very tough lady from Italy. Been 10 rounds a couple of times, can't cope with Katie Taylor, who oozes class once again and does get a second stoppage win.
In March 2001, Yolanda Gonzalez took on Dee Hamaguchi in her third professional fight.
Shake hands now and God bless you both.
The bout, scheduled for 4 rounds, ended abruptly at the end of round 2 after Gonzalez connected flush to score a knockout.
Age of 37 who started, all of a sudden, she clearly trained in the gym.
All right, and Hamaguchi dropped at the end of the 3rd round. She's on her back. Santarpia. Hamaguchi makes her way to the feet, and Santarpia is going to stop the fight.
Wow.
In November 2015, Chastity Martin and Nairobi Valenzuela made their professional debuts against each other.
Los asaltos de las mujeres son 2 minutos.
Sí.
2 minutos de duración.
Bueno, vamos al segundo asalto.
Martin ended the show in the 2nd round with a vicious knockout punch that put Valenzuela to sleep.
Parece que salió a finalizar.
Oye, no lo he dicho y ahí mismo sucedió.
Bueno, buena la derecha de la Martin. Y yo creo que, bueno, ya decretó el knockout el árbitro Ramón Valdés.
Superba la demostración de la Martin. La verdad que la dominicana había lucido muy bien, pero...
In April 2005, Vonda Ward defended her WIBA and IBA female heavyweight titles against Elizabeth Karen. The challenger got off to a fast start, flooring Ward with a huge overhand right in the opening round. Following the knockdown, Karen went for the kill, but Ward bravely held her own against the challenger to make it out of the round. Ward came out strong in round 2, using her long reach advantage to control the fight from the distance. She then unleashed a brutal punishment on Karen, knocking the challenger out to retain her title. In February 2009, South Korean Ji Young Kim defended her IBA World Super Flyweight title against Thai challenger New Charin Yuengo.
이제 점수를 채점을 하고 경기 운영은 신경화 주심하겠습니다. 1라운드 막 시작. 자, 나오자마자 라이트 스텝.
There was no feeling out process in this bout as both women went straight to work, trading hard punches.
자, 다시 원투 스트레이트.
얼굴은 좀 강한 선수들이 많아요.
예.
하지만 그 더운 나라이기 때문에 보디가 약합니다. 그래서 김정은 선수한테
The slugfest continued until the end of round 5 when Kim ended the show with a one-punch knockout.
그 상대한테 제지를 좀 해줬으면 좋겠는데요.
자, 다시 북북. 북북 기가 막히게 들어갔습니다. 완전히 캔버스에 누워버렸습니다.
그렇죠.
In November 2022, Nazarena Romero returned to the ring after a 2-year break to face Paula Ibarra for the WBA Fed Latin Super Bantamweight title. However, barely 10 seconds into the fight, Romero ended the show with her first punch.
Que mete linda derecha y al suelo Ibarra, la primera de Nazarena fue suficiente para que no quiera más. Paola Ibarra, la mano volcada de la ex campeona del mundo, había que volver y Nazarena volvió.
In June 2000, Gina Nicholas and Ann Wolfe met for the first time in a scheduled 6-round bout.
She has the upper hand. Box. Very determined. She says it's going to be the same thing that happened last.
The more experienced Gina held her own in the first round.
Boxer brawler, she said. The silent storm is what they call her. I think Linda, you know a little bit about that.
She's definitely got power.
However, Wolfe came out strong in round 3 and sent Nicholas crashing down with a big right hand to end the fight.
Speed to go along with it.
Yes, it was.
Oh, what a shot! And down goes Nicholas. And I don't know whether she'll be able to recover. She's up. Referee looking into her eyes.
And it's over.
And it is all over.
Jerry McKenzie says that is all. The veteran referee.
In March 1999, longtime WIBF female flyweight champion Regina Halmich defended her title against Lourdes Noemi Gonzalez.
Die sie angesprochen hat, die Tigerin, so nennt sie sich selbst, Lourdes Gonzalez.
The fight was scheduled for 10 rounds, but Halmich needed barely a minute to get the job done and retain her title.
Blicken standgehalten. Da gab es dieses Steer Down und apropos Down, der Körpertreffer war es. Der Körpertreffer. Und das ist das Ende. Das ist das Ende. Bereits in der allerersten Runde.
In July 2016, Mexican champion Zolina Munoz defended her WBC super flyweight title for the 9th time against Argentinian challenger Vanessa Taborda. Munoz completely dominated the tough challenger, battering her around the ring before producing a stunning knockout in round 4. In June 2013, unbeaten Frida Wahlberg defended her WBC female super featherweight title against Australian challenger Diana Prazak.
Försvara sitt bälte. Utom mot Diana Prazak som alltid vill in på nära distans.
Wahlberg controlled the fight in the early goings and was well ahead on all the scorecards by the middle of the bout.
Det träffade höger. Igen, det är 3 högerträffar. Det prickade ändå av en vänster och en höger.
However, Wahlberg began to show signs of exhaustion after the 5th round, while Prazak never stopped coming forward.
Men det är klart att hon går ju med en.
Wahlberg went down for the first time in round 8, but she quickly got up and was allowed to continue fighting. However, she never seemed to recover, and Prazak went in for the kill, ending the show with a brutal knockout.
Och de bryter matchen. Prazak vinner på knockout i 8:e ronden. Det är över för Frida Wahlberg som leder matchen på poäng.
In October 2011, unbeaten champion Aureli Musino made the 4th defense of her IBF World Flyweight title against former 2-time world title challenger Ava Knight.
Va para consolidarse, para confirmar y vámonos al primer episodio.
The champion got off to a great start, controlling the action in round 1.
Esta ciudad boxística desde el año del estado de Colima y la cabecera del municipio.
However, Knight found her rhythm in the 2nd round and put Musino down with a vicious knockout punch.
Balón parecía que coincidía con un golpe de derecha. Cuidado, cuidado. ¡Uy, la izquierda sólida! Terrible. Cae desmadecada Aureli. Aureli se acabó, se acabó, se acabó, se acabó. Justo cuando decíamos, esta puede ser una contienda que ponga en riesgo el título y van corriendo. Usted la ve con la mirada perdida. Aureli Musino con una izquierda.
In May 2022, German Melina Maibaum made her professional debut against American Tekli Begiashvili.
4 mal 2 Minuten sind angesetzt. Mal gucken, ob wir die auch sehen.
Runde 1.
Maibaum came out strong against her American opponent, throwing a barrage of punches that pushed Begiashvili back. The bout came to an inevitable end in round 2 as Maibaum ended the contest with a perfect knockout punch.
Oh! Klasse! Absolut zu Recht abgebrochen.
In August 2014, former IBF super featherweight champion Amanda Serrano challenged WBO female lightweight champion Maria Moderna for her title.
Para el jueves 11 de septiembre en la...
Moderna, who was making the 4th defense of her title, had no answers for Serrano's speed and power.
Filtrarle la zurda arriba a María Moderna que está sorprendida.
The challenger gradually broke Moderna down over the first 5 rounds.
¿Alguna duda, alguna reserva respecto de su solidez de mandíbula? Porque cuando la cruzó Moderna...
Recurre al abrazo a la Argentina. Le va a tirar también la juventud.
Before flooring the champion with a short right hook in round 6.
Bomba de Serrano y la colgó a Moderna.
Having had enough, Moderna refused to continue fighting after the knockdown.
Está muy mal, no va más. Va por 8, no quiere más. Se acabó, se acabó, se acabó.
Knockout, 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 knockout. Knockout 6, knockout 6, knockout 6. Amanda.
In April 2017, Mexico's Alejandra Jimenez defended her WBC World Female Heavyweight title for the first time against American challenger Carlette Ewell.
La campana adelante, Juan Obregón. Gracias, Mauricio.
Jimenez made short work of Ewell, knocking her out cold barely a minute into the opening round to retain her title.
Lo que creo que muchas veces no habíamos pensado una pelea de campeonato de pesos completos de damas.
Doble gancho y no más. Pare de sufrir.
In April 2013, Alejandra Oliveira made the fifth defense of the WBO featherweight title against Colombian challenger Calixta Silgado. Oliveira's had the challenger on the back foot from the opening round, constantly unloading powerful shots to break down Silgado.
Hoy Calixto nos decía y lo está haciendo en una de sus mejores presentaciones. Derecha al flexo. Zurda y tambaleó,
After 5 rounds of a one-sided beating, Oliveira's ended this show with a brutal knockout.
¡Upa! Muñeca la lona. Muñeca la lona. Tremenda derecha. Tremenda derecha. Impresionante derecha cruzada de locomotora. Se va, se va, se va, se va, se va, se va.
In December 2009, super middleweight champion Natasha Ragosina challenged Pamela London for the WIBF and WBF heavyweight titles. Despite the significant weight difference, London could not put her size advantage to use.
Избивает сейчас Рогозина. 3-4 удара.
Instead, Ragosina wore London down over the first 7 rounds before knocking her out in the 8th round.
Удар справа Рогозиной. Да, вот и последний наступил. Ну это, конечно, нокаут.
In June 2021, Dominican fighters Diana Vargas and Gracia Mateo competed for the Dominican Republic female featherweight title. The unbeaten Vargas crushed Mateo in the final seconds of round 6.
Knockout. Knockout. Por la vía del knockout. Fulminante.
In March 1998, unbeaten Lucia Riker and former WIBF champion Marianne Almager met in a scheduled 6-round bout.
It's a match that you probably would not have made for Lucia Riker.
However, Riker made short work of Almager, needing just 1 round to end the fight.
Which is very impressive coming from Lucia Riker.
Yes, indeed, impressive was that left hook squash on the 10 for Amelia Almager. 6, and it wobbled her. 8. Has she cleared the cobwebs?
Fight is over. So
it is over. First round by Lucia.
In September 1996, Christy Martin and Melinda Robinson met in a rematch.
Robinson, vedete che le due non si guardano in faccia.
Martin was in control of the action from the start, using her incredible speed and power to hurt the much taller Robinson.
Staremo a vedere quello che succede. Subito il largo. Vedete 1-2 precisissimo di Christy Martin che ha mandato a voto la.
Then, in round 3, Martin floored Robinson with a short right hand.
Di Padilla. E qui c'è una spinta, c'è un destro ma anche una spinta da parte di Christy Martin e Carlos Padilla.
Robinson got up and fought back bravely to make it out of the round.
Ancora con il sinistro montante destro.
However, Martin returned in round 4 to end the show with a devastating knockout.
Tocca con il destro Chris Martin. Avete visto precisissimo il destro di prima intenzione. Carlos Padilla conta la povera Melinda Robinson che non riesce a rialzarsi. Avete visto che la Martin.
Argentine boxers Marianela Ramirez and Natalia Josefina Alderete met for the vacant South American Super Bantamweight title in January 2022.
Veremos en manos de quien queda. Campana arranca la pelea. Recordamos que
The fight was scheduled to last for 10 rounds, but Ramirez made short work of Alderete, knocking her out in round 1.
el cuerpo a cuerpo le gusta a la Chila. Mete arriba. ¡buena pierna tremenda! De la Chila Ramírez. Todavía no la veo bien de piernas, a Natalia Alderete. Va la Chila. Combina con todo. Atención que se puede terminar rápido esto. Les piden que meta la mano al cuerpo. Aguanta Alderete. Va la Chila con todo. Combina Ramírez. Es cuestión de encontrar un cruce.
¡Qué pelea, Leo!
Van al cambio de golpes. 30 segundos finales al piso de vuelta. Tocada. La terminó. Marianela Ramírez, nueva campeona sudamericana. Super gallo. Victoria por nocaut técnico en el primero.
In February 1997, Chevelle Hallback faced Lucia Riker in her second professional bout.
Person in the ring, Chevelle Hallback.
Riker dominated the fight from the start,
Dr. Corey mentioned had an extensive kickboxing career, and Chevelle Hallback
dropping Hallback in the second round.
A little stunned by that onslaught.
Hallback survived the early onslaught,
facing the camera right.
but Riker floored her again in round 5.
There's a left hook by Riker, and she's close to finishing it now. And down goes 5, 6, 7. At the count of 8.
Although Hallback got up again, Riker soon closed the show with a brutal knockout.
She can't hold up anymore. She can't keep Riker off. She's trying to fight back, but she is so fatigued she can't get any leverage. She's down again and through the ropes, and this fight is over. Lucia Riker has faced a test here tonight and passed the test. And there's a first. She picks up the trainer.
In October 2021, Sandy Ryan made her second professional boxing appearance against battle-tested Alexandra Vujovic. Ryan controlled the action from the start in an incredible display of skill and power. Then, with a minute left in round 4, Ryan connected with a vicious body shot that floored Vujovic.
Keep the distance as she did there and then step away and find another opening, and this time Vujovic is down.
The veteran journeyman returned to her feet, only to be hurt by the same vicious body shot moments later. This time around, Vujovic was in no position to continue fighting.
An impressive win, works her way to the body, and this time Vujovic will not be getting up. Still 20 seconds to go in the 4th round, and she's reeling around in agony. Brilliant work from...
In September 2007, WBA female flyweight champion Susie Kentuckian made the third defense of her championship against British Sinead Martin.
1,55 Meter.
The British challenger, who is much taller, couldn't put her significant height advantage to use.
Gleich wieder. Lebhafter Beginn von Susie Kentuckian, die Distanzboxerin.
Instead, it was Kentuckian who controlled the action from the opening round before producing a brilliant stoppage in the 3rd round.
Eine Chance. Und da kommt eine schwere Rechte und da geht sie runter. Shady Martin ist schwer angeschlagen. Da geht es erstmal in die eine und die andere Ecke. Wird angezählt und ist der Kampf vorbei. Zu Shepard. Shady Martin, die mit solch großen Hoffnungen hier nach Düsseldorf gekommen ist, und dann ist sie an den Fäusten dieser kleinen Susie Kentuckian zerschellt, kann man...
In November 2020, Rebecca Laws made her professional boxing debut against Carly Holman.
I know there is
As soon as the bout started, Holman went on the attack, dropping Laws with a short right hand. Laws got up to continue fighting, but Holman went for the kill, stopping Laws in just 28 seconds into the fight and eventually ending her career.
Oh, wow, what a pound. This is over. And I hope
I hope Rebecca is good because she.
In August 2009, unbeaten Chris Namus challenged Lily Luz Flores for the WBC interim light welterweight title. Namus, who came into the bout with an unblemished record of 9-0, was handed her first defeat as Flores ended the show in just one round.
Recuerdo en las reglas del match, no está bien Namus.
Atención Guajardo.
No está bien Namus. Viene la cuenta para Namus, se cayó. Guajardo va a detener el match. Va a detener el match. Está mal, se acabó, la paró Campo. Fue todo. Lely Luz Flores. Lely Luz Flores. En el primero. Lely Luz. Ha metido 2-1 sobre Chris Namus.
In April 2015, Bintu Schmil and Judith Suran squared off in a 6-round super lightweight contest.
Hammer and Hernandez, senior breakers still around, Holly Holm still there as well.
Both fighters came into the bout with unbeaten records and showed equally impressive skills in the early goings, but Schmil had the upper hand.
Just opening up, just knocking it, that's a great uppercut then.
However, just when it seemed the fight would go the distance, Schmil upped her pace in the 6th round and closed the show with a knockout.
2011 against Suzanne Brewer. He was the last round, that was the right hand. Not the uppercut, but just bouncing off the chin, and I think she's had enough, and that is a really brave attempt by Judith Suran. And they come to her rescue, but she took too many big shots in the end, and it caught up with her there.
Just got caught in the corner and...
In November 2000, Valerie Mahfoud and Ann Wolfe met in the first of their 3 meetings. Mahfoud dominated the fight with her aggressiveness and handed Wolfe her first and only career defeat in the 3rd round. In February 2013, WBO female light middleweight champion Hannah Gabriels defended her title against Oxandia Castillo. Gabriels came out strong against Castillo, but the challenger had an answer for everything Gabriels threw at her.
Estamos en esta pelea por título mundial. Lanza
pelea en la corta distancia.
Creo que la dominicana presenta.
Castillo stunned Gabriels late in round 2 by knocking her out to become the new champion.
Pelea bastante movida hacia la derecha, Ana al piso y derechazo y creo, amigos míos, que esto se puede acabar. Solo se necesitan 10 segundos y creo, vamos a ver, porque la regla del órgano mundial de boxeo dice que la campana no salva. Así que
in November 2021, Alicia Baumgardner challenged unbeaten champion Terry Harper for the IBO and WBC World Super Featherweight titles.
Terry Harper defending her WBC.
Although Baumgardner came into the fight as the underdog against the British champion, she constantly beat Harper to the punch.
Harper trying to get herself going, trying to build some momentum at the end of this. I don't know why she became world champion in the first place. So shots again from Baumgardner. Baumgardner with a right hand over the top and Harper.
The consistent punishments began to take a toll on Harper. By the 4th round, Baumgardner caught the champion with a vicious right hand, which appeared to knock Harper out cold on her feet.
Harper at the end of this contest, but she walks onto her right hand and she stands virtually stock still in the center of the dramatic finish to this contest. And Alicia Baumgardner of the United States.
Alicia,
in January 2002, Marcela Ileana Acuna took on debutante Patricia Alejandra Carrizo for the vacant Argentina featherweight title. Acuna ended the rivalry just 14 seconds into the contest with a stunning knockout.
Vamos, el bombazo de Marcela. entrada nomás. La caída de Quirico. La cuenta de Guzmán. Les digo, amigos, madura. No le da, nocao. El primer bombazo fue knockout.
In June 1998, IFBA World Bantamweight Champion Bridget Riley made the first defense of her newly won title against Aisha Lawson.
So this very well could be the first official boxing match for Lawson. They claim, of course.
The challenger got off to a fast start, dropping Riley with a short right hand in round one.
Her two losses.
Oh, my. Riley is down. What a shot by Lawson.
Well, maybe she did have the power to knock her down. Bridget Riley is up. Will they let...
However, Riley quickly recovered and took control of the fight, battering Lawson around the ring for several rounds.
This was getting a little tired with Trevino. Nice right hand, and another one by Riley.
Sending Lawson to the ropes. Lawson in trouble.
Then, in round 9, Riley returned the favor, dropping Lawson hard to the canvas to retain her title.
Left hand from Riley, and down goes Lawson. And that is it. Richard Steele has stopped it. Lawson's out.
And hopefully okay. What a remarkable turnaround for Bridget Riley. All but out in round 1, she showed grit and determination.
In April 2006, Alejandra Oliveras got her first shot at a world title against Jackie Nava for the WBC Female Super Bantamweight title.
Va a sonar la campana que llamará a las contendientes al centro del cuadrado y es la chance de una Argentina.
Nava, who was making the third defense of her title, was floored twice in the second round.
Recién vamos a ver si se mantiene. Ahí está, ahí está. Suelo, tremenda derecha. Excelente el pasaje de Alejandra Olivera. Le mete otra derecha y cayó otra vez.
However, the brave champion rose each time she went down. Meanwhile, Oliveras continued to control the action, but she was unable to stop Nava until the 8th round. Oliveras connected with a left hook to end the fight for good this time around.
Jackie Nava. Van y viene y otra vez fue al suelo. La tocó abajo y otra vez fue al suelo. Fue todo. Alejandra Olivera campeona mundial. Alejandra Olivera campeona mundial. Argentina tiene una nueva campeona mundial. Histórico. Batacazo en Tijuana. Batacazo en México. De Córdoba. Para todo el mundo, Alejandra Olivera.
In July 2018, Selena Barrios squared off against WBF International Lightweight Champion Aida Satibaldinova.
I want a box where Selena comes from a box.
Both women went toe-to-toe in this slugfest from the opening round.
Have any time getting to know each other.
But Barrios ended the contest in the 4th round with a devastating one-punch knockout.
Still hanging in.
But you never know what could happen. But
oh, that's it. Oh my God, it's over.
Oh my God.
Big right hand. Selena.
In April 2022, Savannah Marshall defended her WBO Female Middleweight Championship against former WBO Super Middleweight Champion Femke Hermans. Following a tentative first 2 rounds, Marshall unleashed a brutal knockout punch at the end of round 3 to stop the show and retain her title.
She's being tended to by the medical team. Clarissa talking to her trainer with her trainer there.
Canadian boxers Yelena Murjanovic and Olivia Jarula met for the vacant WIBA featherweight title in December 2011.
Keep her hands up. Be smart now.
I don't know if the folks at home heard that announcement or not, but we will repeat it.
This was their third meeting, but in the final minute of round 9, Mrnjavčević caught Jarula with a perfect combination that knocked her out cold.
Bout. So these next two. Oh! A huge shot that knocks down Olivia Jarula. She's out, folks. That is it. It is game over here at the Shaw Conference.
In June 2023, Julissa Guzman challenged unbeaten Ramla Ali for the IBF Intercontinental Super Bantamweight title. The bout got off to a fast start as both fighters looked to establish dominance. However, the Mexican challenger shocked Ali by knocking her down for the first time in her career in the 5th round.
What got her here, her boxing ability. Oh, down goes Ali on a perfect right hand.
Ali got up and tried to fight her way back into the fight, but Guzman kept coming forward, throwing everything she had at Ali. The fight eventually ended in the 8th round after Guzman knocked Ali out to become the new champion.
Where she landed some big left hooks that shook Ali. Oh, down goes Ali and she is out.
4, 5, 6, 9, 10. That's it.
In May 2004, Ann Wolfe challenged unbeaten Vonda Ward for the vacant WIBA and IBA female light heavyweight titles. Wolfe, who came into the bout as the massive underdog, was given little chance against the towering Ward.
And Vonda Ward.
However, Wolfe was very determined and took the fight straight to Ward from the start.
Overhand rights way over like.
I think she's already tasted a little bit of the power.
Barely a minute into the fight, Ward walked into a perfectly placed punch from Wolfe that immediately knocked her out cold on her feet.
Fight her.
Oh, big right hand. One punch. That is it. Forget about the count. It is over. Tim Burr. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's hope that Vonda is okay. A jubilant Ann Wolfe. That is probably the best knockout punch I've ever seen in female boxing.
In January 2024, MMA legend Chris Cyborg and Kelsey Wickstrom met in a 6-round super welterweight bout.
Yeah, first thing I'm going to notice is you got to love the sponsors. Wickstrom has a tattoo shop and a kinetic.
Cyborg, who was only fighting for the 2nd time as a professional boxer, needed just 1 round to stop Wickstrom.
Do you like the movement from Kelsey? Oh!
My God, an overhand right directly on the temple. Wickstrom is down and out, falls flat on her face. Referee Ray Corona waves it off, and just like that, Chris Cyborg with a first round 1-punch knockout. This place has gone ballistic. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Which of these knockouts is your favorite? Leave your answer in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and click on the bell icon for more interesting videos.